Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And if you're a true General Hospital fan, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get started with today's video. General Hospital, GH, spoilers reveal that Damien Spinelli, Bradford Anderson, is relocating to Australia to accept a new job offer. Spinelli couldn't pass up such an incredible opportunity, but many fans are concerned that he's being written off. The GH writers apparently needed to keep Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, off-screen because Storms is not returning to the ABC serial. Instead of recasting, the show simply sent Maxie to Australia for a new start with Spinelli and the kids. However, Bradford Anderson has been on a recurring basis for years and only appears on occasion. Spinelli can still return home and visit if Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, or someone else he cares about requires him for a special assignment. In other words, there is no reason to believe this is Spinelli's final exit. Spinelli, like Brad Cooper, Perry Shen, Amy Driscoll, Risa Dorkin, and other recurring characters, will undoubtedly emerge from time to time. Spinelli had already gone on vacation with Maxie, Georgie Spinelli, Lily Fisher, and Bailey Louise Jones, Miley and Riley Plonsky, before receiving the Australia job offer. The show no longer serves Spinelli's goal, therefore it makes sense to give him some happiness with Maxie, Georgie, Bailey Lou, and James West, temporarily played by Easton Wynn, as they all seek a new beginning. Of course, some GH fans may have hoped to see Spinelli stick around and have another love interest to keep him on television. Others are fine with Spinelli having a happy ending with Maxie, while still being able to visit Port Charles on occasion as a tech nerd. Regardless of how you feel about the situation, Bradford Anderson will always be a member of the GH family. Port Charles is only a plane flight away, so we'll keep you updated on any Spinelli return news that may arise in the future. Do you support the choice to write out Spinelli, Maxie, and the children? Should the program have recast Maxie and kept her entire family in Port Charles instead? According to General Hospital spoilers, other casting changes may be in the pipeline, so stay tuned for more updates. General Hospital has upended one of its most cherished families by firing Damien Spinelli and relocating the entire Jones-West Spinelli clan to Australia for a new beginning. This off-screen departure, announced in the July 23, 2026 episode, has left longtime fans stunned, creating extensive speculation about Bradford Anderson's future with the program and what it means for Port Charles going forward. The departure coincides with Kirsten Storm's ongoing absence from the character of Maxie Jones. Rather of recasting the character or keeping her off-screen permanently, the show's creators elected to elegantly tie up loose ends by transferring Maxie, Spinelli, their children Georgie, James, and Bailey Lou, as well as the emotional weight of previous trauma. The official in-story rationale is around Spinelli's lucrative job offer in Australia, reinforced by the family's desire to avoid the consequences of Cassius deceptions, which particularly harmed little James. Cody Bell discovered of the departure and relayed the news, resulting in an emotional farewell sequence in which James, temporarily replaced by Easton Wynn while Gary James Fuller healed, reconciled with his uncle Cody before departing. Maxie had previously sold her interests in deception to Michael Corinthos, which caused tension among Lucy Coe, Tracy Quartermaine, and Brooklyn Quartermaine. These plot pieces effectively explained the family's sudden withdrawal while providing new storylines for the surviving individuals. For fans, this is abrupt but understandable given the production realities. Spinelli, the eccentric hacking genius who debuted in 2006, had been a fan favorite for 2 decades. Bradford Anderson played Spinelli with a distinct blend of wit, vulnerability, and tech-savvy charm, making him one of General Hospital's most memorable supporting characters. His on-again, off-again courtship with Maxie, dubbed Spixie by fans, provided numerous memorable moments, ranging from humorous escapades to emotional vows of love. Anderson's status changed from contract to recurring years ago, giving him more flexibility while keeping Spinelli available for important arcs. He has reappeared on occasion, thrilling viewers with guest appearances that reminded everyone why the character resonates so well. Recent plots have hinted at renewed conflict between Maxie, Spinelli, and a resurrected Nathan, demonstrating Anderson's love for the material. However, The demands of a long-running soap, combined with performers' personal and professional obligations, frequently result in these shifts. The choice not to recast Maxie demonstrates the show's respect for Storm's portrayal and the character's intimate connection to unique familial dynamics. Storms has been forthright about her personal struggles, including health concerns that have disrupted her schedule. By transferring the entire unit away, General Hospital avoids making up explanations for absences while also providing the family with a happy narrative exit, new country, new adventures, and recovering together. Max Scorpio and Felicia Jones remain in Port Charles as emotional anchors, leaving the door open for future visits and returns. Fans' reactions have been mixed, yet intense. Many people are saddened to lose daily doses of Spinelli's colorful personality, his unshakable bond with Jason Morgan, and the explosive energy he provided to scenes. Social media has been flooded with tributes, petitions for Anderson's return, and conjecture regarding his appearance in future episodes. Some viewers wonder if this is the end of Bradford Anderson's time on GH, while others point to the practicalities of recurring status. Spinelli may return for emergencies involving the Quartermaines, a cyber danger that only he can handle, or emotional support for old pals. Others welcome the move, claiming it provides closure and keeps the show from stagnating. Soap operas thrive on change, and writing out a whole family unit frees up resources for newer or reinvigorated plotlines. The Australia tale also makes subtle references to real-world chances for performers, providing Anderson space while maintaining goodwill with fans. Comments on fan sites express gratitude for the courteous handling, James forgiving Cody, the family putting healing first, rather than a spectacular death or acrimonious divorce. To completely understand the significance of this exit, consider Spinelli's trip. Damian Spinelli began as a worried tech consultant for Sonny Corinthos and rapidly progressed beyond comic relief. His devotion to Jason, smart mind for all things digital, and awkward yet genuine romantic relationships made him indispensable. He fathered Georgie with Maxie, handled co-parenting challenges, endured threats from the mob and cyber espionage, and matured into a dedicated family guy. Anderson's relationship with Kirsten Storms generated magic. Their scenes combined slapstick humor with genuine passion, which is uncommon in daytime television. Anderson has balanced GH with other projects, such as his podcast That's Awesome with Steve Burton. These side endeavors enable actors to build careers beyond a single role, particularly on recurring contracts. His sporadic returns kept Spinelli relevant without overexposure, which is a strategy that many soap operas successfully follow. The current exit resembles previous brief exits, such as those in 2013 or prior breaks, in which the figure moved away just to return stronger. Looking ahead, the consequences for General Hospital are severe. Deception's power battles heat up without Maxie's influence, potentially changing business storylines involving Lucy, Sasha, and Brooklyn. James' exit removes a crucial younger character, potentially moving the attention to other adolescents, such as Wiley or future introductions. Mac and Felicia's lessened family commitments may allow them to focus on more central plots, while Spinelli's disappearance creates a void in the hacker/tech support area, perhaps allowing new characters to emerge or driving existing ones, such as Brick, to step up. Fans who are concerned about Bradford Anderson's future are understandably curious. Soap contracts and availability change. Anderson has previously expressed gratitude for the part as well as excitement about plot arcs. Nothing in recent reporting suggests ill will or a last goodbye. Instead, it reads as a narrative need related to Storm's circumstances. Recurring players frequently come and go dependent on story requirements. Think of other favorite individuals who appear during holidays, weddings, or emergencies. Spinelli's abilities make him ideal for high-stakes technological crises, which are a recurring theme in GH stories. This development parallels larger tendencies in daytime drama. With streaming competition and shifting viewing preferences, shows must strike a balance between established characters and new vitality. Writing out families allows for breathing room without destroying relationships. The dream, shared by fans everywhere, is that someday Maxie and Spinelli will return with the kids, possibly older and wiser, ready to reintegrate into Port Charles life. In the interim, audiences can ponder on their legacy. Spinelli embodied the everyman hero, imperfect, intelligent, devoted, and hilarious. Bradford Anderson filled him with realism that went beyond the screenplay, winning him Emmy honors and a devoted following. His collaboration with Maxie exemplified second chances and family themes, which are inherent to the soap genre. As Port Charles adjusts to life without the Spinelli-Jones clan, the program continues to evolve. New alliances develop, old rivalries boil, and the canvas is refreshed. For those who have already missed the character, snippets of iconic Spixie moments, Stone Cold and the Jackal pranks, and Spinelli's Jackal persona will provide solace. The character's impact lasts much beyond a single exit. Ultimately, this write-out feels more like a protracted interlude than a finish. Australia may be far away, but in soap operas, distances shorten when the story requires it. Bradford Anderson's Spinelli has enhanced General Hospital for nearly 2 decades, and admirers believe the door will remain open. Whether through guest appearances, full returns, or simply pleasant memories, the Jackal's presence lives on in the hearts of fans who welcomed his unique role in the GH universe. The next few weeks will reveal how the show fills the hole. Will new technologically savvy players emerge? How will Deception's ownership changes affect the greater Corinthos Quartermain dynamics? When will we see a recognizable face from down under video calling into a crisis? Speculation reigns supreme, fueling engagement, a testament to fans' faith in these characters. General Hospital has always excelled at integrating personal milestones into larger-than-life dramas. This family's departure honors that by valuing emotional rationality above forced permanence. It gives actors options outside of the set while encouraging spectators to imagine future chapters. For Bradford Anderson, it's the next chapter in a distinguished career marked by a single legendary part that captured lightning in a bottle. As the titles rolled on the July 23rd episode, many viewers felt a mix of nostalgia and optimism. Spinelli may be done for now, but in Port Charles's ever-changing environment, for now rarely means forever. Fans will continue to watch, hoping that the cyber genius will return with pizza in hand, ready to save the day once more. Until then, safe travels to Australia, Spinelli. Port Charles will not be the same without you. In a shocking turn of events that has left veteran General Hospital viewers reeling, the legendary character Damien Spinelli, played by Bradford Anderson for over 2 decades, has been written off the show along with his on-screen family. The abrupt departure, disclosed in the July 23, 2026 episode, sees Spinelli take a lucrative job offer in Australia, causing Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, and their children, Georgie, James, and Bailey Lou, to relocate down under for a fresh start. This decision not only removes a popular cast, but it also raises serious questions about Anderson's future with the long-running ABC soap drama. The exit was written with a combination of pragmatism and soap opera flair. In the episode, Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, casually informs Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, that Spinelli has secured an interesting opportunity in Australia. Before fans could comprehend the news, it was revealed that the entire family was packing up and departing Port Charles. Maxie sells her shares in Deception Cosmetics to Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, to tie up business loose ends, laying the groundwork for potential power clashes between Lucy Coe, Lynn Herring, and Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott. This narrative option neatly explains the absences while leaving the door theoretically open for future returns, which is a frequent strategy in daytime television. For lovers of the Spixie duo, Spinelli and Maxie, the development is bittersweet. Anderson originally appeared on General Hospital in November 2006 as the eccentric, tech-savvy hacker Damien Spinelli. What started as a recurring guest part rapidly became a fan favorite. Spinelli's distinct blend of comic relief, emotional tenderness, and sharp intellect set him apart in a cast of mobsters, physicians, and tycoons. His relationship with Maxie, which was fraught with ups and downs, breakups, makeups, and shared fatherhood, became one of the show's most memorable romances. Anderson received 3 Daytime Emmy nominations and developed a devoted fan base who admired his connection with Kirsten Storms. Anderson's reign was not without setbacks. He moved to recurring status in 2013 after declining to renew his contract, giving him more freedom to work on other projects while still popping in on occasion. Returns in 2014, temporary recasts such as Blake Barris in 2016 due to schedule difficulties, and infrequent appearances kept Spinelli current without requiring a full-time commitment. Anderson expressed enthusiasm about impending stories featuring Spinelli, Maxie, and Nathan West, Ryan Pavey, in early 2026, suggesting turmoil in a love triangle on his podcast, That's Awesome with Steve Burton. The family's dramatic evacuation appears to have put such preparations on hold. The period of this write-up corresponds closely to Kirsten Storm's real-life situations. The actor, who has played Maxie since 2005, has had enormous personal struggles. She moved to Tennessee, citing her anxiety with returning to Los Angeles amid custody fights with ex-husband Brandon Barish, a recently discovered brain aneurysm that requires surgery, and other concerns. Storms publicly announced her decision to take a leave of absence, prioritizing her daughter Harper's mental health. Producers accommodated her lengthy absence, and sending the family to Australia provides a gracious, intact exit that recognizes her accomplishments while avoiding an on-screen death or an ugly divorce. This strategy differs from previous exits. Previous Spinelli departures in 2013 were more open-ended, with Anderson returning several times. The Australia relocation feels more definitive for the group as a whole, but Max Scorpio, John J. York, and Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, remain in Port Charles, possibly providing as emotional anchors or motivations for future trips. Many believe this allows room for recasts or guest appearances, particularly if Storms or Anderson become available later. Fans' reactions have swamped social media, soap forums, and comment sections. On platforms such as X, previously Twitter, and Facebook groups dedicated to General Hospital, reactions range from sadness to impatience and cautious optimism. Spinelli is the heart and soul of so many stories, his technological prowess, his devotion to Jason, and his love for Maxie. Port Charles feels emptier without him, one fan wrote. Others question the move, asking, why write out an entire family? GH has recast previously. Bring them back. Hashtags such as hashtag Bring Back Spinelli and hashtag Spixie Forever momentarily trended following the program. Some supporters are particularly concerned about Bradford Anderson's career trajectory. Anderson has spent nearly 20 years in the position, making Spinelli synonymous with his public image. While daytime actors frequently move on to other soap operas, indie films, podcasts, or theater, quitting such a long-running role can be difficult. Anderson co-hosts the famous That's Awesome podcast with Steve Burton, which has allowed him to stay in touch with fans and explore life after GH. His versatility, ranging from dramatic sequences to humorous bits, suggests he has options, but supporters are concerned that this may be the end of an era. Others highlight the show's history of flexible contracts. Anderson has previously thrived on repeating status, juggling family life and various hobbies. Rumors and hints from earlier in 2026 indicated at additional Spinelli participation, including possible father-son relationships with James and love entanglements. The unexpected transfer to Australia shows that production decisions were influenced by Storm's availability rather than Anderson's intention to depart permanently. Many fans hope the departure is only temporary, as other characters have left for Europe, only to return years later with grown children or new dramas. Delving deeper into Spinelli's legacy illustrates why his absence is so painful. Spinelli, who was introduced as Jackal, Jason Morgan's hacker sidekick, added levity and inventiveness to the series. His malapropisms, the Jackal referring to himself, tech-savvy storylines involving cyber dangers, and improbable heroism brought the sometimes grim world of Port Charles to life. Romantically, his relationship with Maxie progressed from friendship to deep love, despite secrets, losses, including their daughter's apparent death, and external pressures. They raised a blended family, with Spinelli serving as a father role despite problems. The children, Georgie, James, and Bailey Lou, added dimensions of household storytelling uncommon in soap operas. James, in particular, exemplified Spinelli's transformation from uncomfortable nerd to caring father. Writing them all out combines numerous arcs while depleting the Quartermain/Scorpio extended family, which has been a pillar. Mac and Felicia's continued presence provides continuity, although the gap left by the younger generation is obvious. Viewers are concerned about the consequences, less storylines about parenthood, technology intrigue, or amusing moments among heavy mafia and medical plots. Soaps are continually evolving in terms of production, budgets, actor contracts, and audience interaction. General Hospital, the longest-running American soap opera, is facing issues such as diminishing ratings in the streaming era and competition for viewers' attention. Exiting high-paid or less important characters frees up resources for newer talent or reinvigorated veterans. However, alienating dedicated supporters can result in blowback. The respectful handling, family intact, job opportunity, open door, addresses some criticism, but the rapidity of the exit, announced through secondary characters rather than tearful goodbyes, surprised many. Anderson has not publicly spoken extensively on this current development, according to reports, but his previous words express gratitude for the position. In interviews, he's expressed his admiration for the cast, the spixy, dynamic, and the satisfaction of playing a character who connects with underdogs. His podcast allows for fan participation, and he frequently hints to future possibilities without ruining plotlines. Looking ahead, opportunities abound. Recasting Spinelli briefly has precedent, but Anderson's legendary performance makes it dangerous. Guest appearances for holidays, weddings, or catastrophes such as a cyber attack that only the Jackal can solve may please fans. If Storms addresses her own issues and feels ready, she may pay a family visit or make a partial return. Australia has exotic storyline potential, international arcs, long-distance relationships, and even a spin-off tease, but daytime rarely explores such possibilities entirely. For Bradford Anderson, this chapter might represent both emancipation and loss. After 20 years, pursuing new opportunities in voice acting, production, or podcast expansion could be rejuvenating. However, the emotional connection fans have suggests that any final leaving will be lamented. Online petitions and campaigns for returns are already proliferating, proving Anderson's devoted following. In the context of General Hospital, this exit emphasizes the fleeting nature of soap characters. Icons such as Luke Spencer, Anthony Geary, and Sonny Corinthos have had several finales, only to resurface. Spinelli's technological skill and compassion make him too valuable to be dismissed totally. Fans who are concerned about Anderson's future do it out of love, hoping that producers will appreciate the value he continues to provide. As Port Charles adjusts to life without the Spinelli-Jones clan, fans will look for subtle references or hints. Will James call Grandpa Mac from Australia? Might Spinelli remotely hack into a Port Charles threat? Uncertainty fosters conjecture, keeping interest high even in the absence of certainty. For the time being, the community is mourning the loss while commemorating 2 decades of spectacular performances. Anderson's contributions went beyond screen time. He promoted camaraderie on set, spoke with fans at conventions, and used his platform well. His portrayal inspired how geeks and IT gurus are portrayed in the media, flawed but heroic, awkward yet adorable. In an era of fast digital change, Spinelli echoed the audience's obsession with cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and information power.